pretty cool. It's cool knowing that like I made that, and sometimes they don't know, or sometimes people ask me where I got that, and I said, "Oh, it's mine." Yeah. It's like kind of cool feeling.
I'm excited to have with me today two special guests, Ocean Baker, who has many talents. He has a passion for fitness, music. He's also an entrepreneur, and he's going to be launching his own clothing line. Super excited to hear more. And joining him is Deb Drummond, who is his mother and manager. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Oh my goodness. I want to know, Ocean, was there a pivotal moment that you knew you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
I don't think there was just one, but I think seeing around the place and little bits in there, I think it kind of came together at one point, and I just thought it'd be cool to do it.
How old were you? Because you're young.
Yeah. I don't really know. It was like, I thought about it for a long time, and I think it started really taking off at like 15, I think, I believe. So.
I know he sat me down, Christine, on the couch. He's like, sit down, and he's like, I'd like to be an entrepreneur. And I'm like, you don't watch what goes on here? But yeah, living in an entrepreneur house. And yeah, he like did a formal sit down. So how long had been going on in his head? Only he knows.
Yeah. So I mentioned in the intro, you have a passion for fitness. But which came first? Was it being an entrepreneur, music, fitness?
I think like the clothes and stuff, fashion-wise, came first, and then everything else came along with it. Yeah, I'd say the fashion definitely came first, and then I got into fitness through my cousin, and yeah, it kind of just grew with it.
Yeah, so tell us about your passion for, I want to go back to being an entrepreneur, like when you told your mom, I want to be an entrepreneur. But for a fashion designer, like when did that happen?
I think that was kind of the goal the whole time. I didn't really see anything else. I don't believe so. I didn't do what Mom did, but I think it was just kind of like that the whole time, really. I didn't think of anything else.
Was there like a clothing in a store, or was there something that kind of triggered, hey, I want to be a designer?
I think it was seeing everyone else's stuff that kind of made me think I could do that, and like seeing somebody like wearing my things would be really cool, like clothes-wise, and like they don't know, but I would know that that's mine, and they're wearing it.
What was your first design?
It was these. I went to a sneaker. What's it called again? The Shoe Surgeon.
Oh.
And we made Jordan 1s. Well, remake of the Travis Scott ones, and it was really cool. I think that was like the first thing I really did make.
Yes. How does that make you feel when you're designing your own clothing? You're going up and up. You know, as I said, you're launching your own clothing line. But how does it make you feel when people are wearing, or you're wearing a toque, you have a hoodie that you're working on?
It's pretty cool. It's cool knowing that like I made that, and sometimes they don't know, or sometimes people ask me where I got that, and I said, "Oh, it's mine." Yeah. It's like kind of cool feeling.
Mm-hmm. Deb, was there a moment in time that like he wanted to create his own design? Like, does he have a sewing machine, or like what?
How did this happen?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's interesting, right? Because I have two children, and you know, they have their talents and their interests. But with Ocean, I'd be like, you know, when I'd be like, hey, let's go for dinner. Let's go swimming. Let's go, you know, do all these multiple things. Let's go to a movie. Let's go shopping. Like,
oh, wow.
Let's go. And then I remember we were standing we went to Holt Renfrew, and we were just looking, because, you know, that's what you do in Holt Renfrew. And he's looking, he's like, this button should be here, and this stitching kind of, and he starts to pick apart this piece of clothing. I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. And yeah, he asked me if he could go down to the shoe surgeon. He'd found him online. And I looked him up, and I was like, well, it's pretty pricey. Maybe we'll just wait and see if this is a real true interest. And by 2 years later, he was still in, and he was like this sneakerhead that didn't necessarily care if he sold the runners that he was buying.
Yeah.
And I said to him, dude, you got to sell them. And he's like, no, I just want to make them. And I was like, okay, that's your Napoleon Hill moment.
And how old?
Yeah,
9?
That happened from 12. Well, the first time I saw it was 10.
10.
By 12, it was pretty, there. And then by the time from 12 and then 15, we were on a plane to LA, and he was learning how to make his first pair of Travis Scott, like you said. And then it went right into clothing, like right through this last pandemic, whatever. Instead of going to school, just grabbed a fashion designer and did some one-on-one, and now he's on his second designer. And
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been into sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead, but I don't wear anything crazy today, but I do have some stuff at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, so how is your clothing line, or how your clothes, how are they different?
I'd say they're more like kind of simple design, but like good quality. Definitely like more cut and sew, more like how it fits, I would say. So I maybe put some artwork on there, kind of some graphic designs, but I'd say it's more of the actual fit and the fabric I use.
Yes. Is it like super like baggy?
Some stuff can be. Some stuff's not too baggy, but like it's almost like those Yeezy Gap hoodies. They're almost like those.
Yes.
They're almost like similar in the style. It's kind of like how you picture that.
Yes. And who do you want to wear your clothing, or who is it for?
I definitely would want, like, if celebrity-wise, definitely like, Drake and like Young Thug and stuff like that. But if I did, I'd want to do a fitness line. And if I did fitness line, it'd definitely be like Conor McGregor, Canelo, Lex Little, all those kind of guys. That'd be really cool.
Yes. And where do you get your inspiration from?
Just pretty much going through online, seeing so much different people, different styles. Sometimes I see some stuff in Vancouver when I'm walking down, it'd be kind of cool.
Yes.
So it's like kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, you're a young entrepreneur. You have a passion for fitness, music, street art. Who is your biggest support?
Probably Mom.
Yes.
That's why she's sitting here.
Because you are the CEO of your own clothing line. So tell us the name of the clothing line, and where did you get the inspiration? It's Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's called Natsukashi. I've heard about it, and I like the meaning. It's like nostalgia and good feeling. I thought it sounded nice, and I like the abbreviation for it too.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good, so I kind of just worked myself with it.
Yeah, so what drew you? Like, you just looking online and it came at you?
Yeah, I was kind of like watching a video, and then like the next thing was like these names and stuff. Like, I can't remember what video it was, but it was like the Japanese names or something, and I thought it sounded nice, so I was like, I looked it up. And I was like, oh, that was a good meeting, actually. So I thought, well, I'll maybe choose this one. We had a whole bunch of other names picked out, too, but I kind of like that one the most.
Yes. And what's the feedback been like so far?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's
You
been
both
great.
can answer.
No, it's great. I mean, I think the whole thing when he found the name Natsukashi, one of the things that really caught my attention, because we went through a name change. And Natsukashi, and when I was like, where'd this one come? Because we had a bunch of different names. They were actually on the living room floor. We walked by them for 3 days. One was something different. Something was something interesting. Just say no, just say yes. There's all these really interesting names. And I was like, what is it about Natsukashi? And he goes, well, it means good feelings. And I want people, when they wear my stuff, to feel nostalgic and have good memories. And it's that stuff that you pull out of your closet that you're always wearing, the stuff that you pull out of your closet. And I thought that was really quite symbolic. And not only from the name, but I think the mission behind how he wants people to feel. We've had a lot of, my phone's ringing and I keep getting, when is it ready? When is it ready? When is it ready? When is it ready? And people know him as an artist too, right? So they know his artwork is going to go on the clothing. And I've got people asking for prints, and I'm like, Ocean, you need to make some canvas. You need to make some. But he's a good artist. He likes to keep his canvas to himself. So we're just starting out. But
Yeah.
how's the response been on your side?
Good.
But also, too, you are following your dreams.
Yeah.
And that takes drive. When I say drive, what else keeps you going? You are...
I think it's more discipline than motivation, I'd say so. I have more discipline. Like gym kind of makes you learn discipline instead of motivation. So it makes you keep going. So I think we've just been keep going. It slows down, but it definitely is still there.
Yes. And I mentioned support. It takes a team. It takes yourself and others. So when you do get feedback, are you the impact you're making, how does it make you feel and you want to, inspire others?
Do what you want to do, I guess. You don't have to work at that office, You could do what you want. It's kind of hard. Yeah, it's like stuck there.
Follow your dreams and be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Like if you, yes.
Yeah.
So what is next for you?
I think it's really just raising capital at this point. I believe so. And getting the website up and getting like a list down. And I say those are the big ones. And manufacturers a little bit. I got to talk to them again. And yeah.
And the launch, when do you expect it?
I know that one's going to get thrown over to me,
Yeah.
but Ocean's working with this other designer right now, and they're doing some pretty cool new stuff. And he's going to have his merchandise with the artwork that's on it, and then he's going to have his own indie line.
Oh,
so those
wow.
will be two separate. So he'll have like the merchandise that we have now, and putting his artwork to it. And his artwork is launching at the same time as that merchandise line, and we're looking at spring. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people can. Yeah, we are at the raise capital stage because when you talk, I really loved how he answered. It's been more dedication because people think, oh, it's this young kid, he's got this idea, and his mom's helping him or whatever. But he's probably been on more business meetings than most entrepreneurs I know. He's 19. We started at 15. Like meetings with social media, meetings with CFOs, meetings with, sitting there looking at stuff that you don't really kind of get maybe yet, right? And he's held the vision for 4 years. He's never
That's
said,
wonderful.
"Mom, I'm out. This is taking too long," or like that. That's been pretty interesting. So yeah, we're looking at a spring for launch.
Yes, it'll happen. Behind the scenes is a lot of work. It's people who want to contact you. Where should they go?
Well, right now they can pop over to Deb at debdrummond.com. Yeah, and I check my email a little more. He's busy creating, and they can get on the VIP list. We have a VIP wait list to be invited to his launches. So we'll do live events here in beautiful Vancouver. We may do some as we start his tour as well in different cities, and we'll definitely do an online launch and drop. So.
Oh, wow, that's great. So excited, and congratulations. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just thanks for having us on here today. I'd say so. I don't think there's anything else really.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
We'll have you back.
Okay. And when we do, you'll be dressed differently.
Yes.
You'll be in the
hoodie and I'll wear your
Napster
it'll be an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.